My turn. Y is inversely proportional to the root of x, or the square root of x. This means that where we had x previously, we're now just going to have the square root of x. That means, similarly, in our equation, we're going to have k over root x. Then, as before, I'm going to substitute in what I know. I know y is equal to 6 when k is over the root of 16. Square root of 16 is 4. So I now have this, which is very similar to what we were doing before. So now I solve it in the same way to find a value for k. I just multiply through by 4. Here it cancels. Here I get 24 is equal to k. Now, I need to substitute that back into my equation. I get y is equal to 24 over root x. And I substitute in what I know. I know I need 8 is equal to 24 over root x. This is the most difficult step because you need to know your square roots to know what you need. So an easy way to take a step out would be to think, right, if I had x is equal to 24 over, let's call it m, what would m need to be? What would the value of m have to be? So what number do I divide 24 by to get 8? The number I need is 3. So m has to equal 3. Remember, m is in place of root of x, so root of x is actually equal to 3. What number, when I square root it, gives me 3? The answer is 9. So I know I should now have 8 is equal to 24 over the square root of 9. That means x is equal to 9. Not square root 9, because we want the value of x, not the square root. So remember to just make sure you're writing x is equal to the number itself. Pause the video here and have a go at the your turn question. Your turn. Y is inversely proportional to root of x. That means, again, we start with y is equal to k over root x. And I know when y is 2, x is 4. Remember that 4 is going in that square root. It's not just 4 this time, it's root 4 I'm looking for. Square root of 4 is actually 2. So I get 2 is equal to k over 2. Multiplying through by my denominator, it cancels here. 2 times 2 is 4. So k is actually equal to 4. Now I can plug that in. I get y is equal to 4 over the root of x. I know y is equal to 1. So I'm going to get 4 over the square root of x. This one is much easier because we know we need 1. So we need the root of x to be the same as our numerator, which is 4. An easy way to do this is square through. Square root here would give me x, because when I square a square root, I just get the value inside, and when I square 4, I actually get 16. So in this case, 1 is equal to 4 over root 16. This is true because we know this actually becomes 4 over 4, which we know is 1. So then I can simply say that x is equal to 16. These are much more involved questions because we're having to work with our square roots and our square numbers as well. Before you start, it might be handy to write down some of your square numbers to remind you of what you're doing. Use these questions to answer the next slide.